welcome to the Village Green NBTV show on the environment in Newport Beach. I'm Nancy Gardner, your host, and today it's our holiday show, and we're going to have gifts for gardeners, but we're also going to have some thoughts about plants and what to do in the garden in general. I'm here with Suzanne Hetrick at Radishes Gardens, and with the holiday season upon us, I think it's always fun to talk about gifts for gardeners. And then we'll also, maybe, which could be gifts, talk about houseplants. So we never talked about that before.
That'll be the indoor gardeners who are, I'm quickly becoming one of those as well.
But let's start with some neat gifts.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe we should...
So gifts for gardeners, if you're a real gardener, a true gardener, I feel like a true gardener, like you, Nancy Gardner. Tools are always appreciated. We have these beautiful...
these really just feel so solid.
They're so nice. And we were talking yesterday about all the great things. So these Felco #2s are the classic gardening pruners. These are hardcore. You can use them for pruning roses. You can do everything with these Felco 2s. And then these little kind of nippers, and the Corona ones as well. These are the ones that I always have right by my door, because when you say you're going outside and you're going to prune a little something,
it never ends up just a little something.
These are the best just for getting in there and doing, 10 minutes of a little fun gardening. Right, but these are just, and I just recently I've had these for years and I love them. I just got these Felco ones and they are amazing. They're really nice, super comfortable.
Okay.
So we've also got, I feel like wind chimes are a classic gift. I don't have this open, but I want to show that when you buy a wind chime, it comes in a beautiful box. It has with amazing guarantee. And we have these wind chimes. These are the smallest. They're $49, and we have them up to $3,000. But each wind chime has a different sound, and it's a really easy gift to just take, wrap, and give it to someone. Maybe if they've moved into a new home or something. But wind chimes are a classic and an easy gift, and I can't imagine anyone saying that they didn't like a wind chime. They're just gorgeous. And then over here, one of my favorite things to give people is this big planting bag. So, so this is a really neat little kit. So if you know someone who wants to garden or who has maybe started gardening, we have these really cool geopots. And so it's just like this. So if you have a patio or a deck or something, you put your soil in here. How easy is that? You put your soil in here, and then you can give them maybe some little gloves. These fox gloves are a gardener's favorite. They are not waterproof, but they are so good for keeping dirt out of your fingernails, and they also have grippies. And then you can get them seeds. And one of the really neat things about seeds is that maybe if your friend is, just kind of an average normal eater, you'll get them carrots or salad or something like that. But if they're a little bit more gourmet, you can get them some of these like the Ketuzawa Seeds, which are a little bit more exotic. So you've got your holy basil, your mustard, and then this mizuna. So you have a lot of really cool things for more advanced, growers and gardeners and even culinary friends. So radishes are always such a good gift because they grow quickly, and you can grow them in a grow bag just like this. You could really have a whole salad set up with lettuces and radishes and
arugula. Don't forget that. That grows really easily.
Oh my gosh, yes, from seed. And celery and herbs, you can have them tumbling out of here. So easy, and just a great way to give somebody something like this.
Okay.
And of course, back to the tools. We have these Canton Stowe. When you're a good gardener and you really enjoy it, good tools are important. You don't want something that's going to break 1 year, 5 years down the road. You want something for life. And so this is a great tool because it's a digger and it's a little weeder as well. So it's a combi. And this is from DeWitt. These are hand forged in the Netherlands. Super nice. Canton Stowe here. little fun things like plant labels. So you can write the name of the plant here. And of course you've got a great jar to keep it in your...
That is really helpful, because a lot of times when you've planted seedlings or something, and all of a sudden you can't, you're thinking, was that the...
I know.
Is that the cherry tomato?
I'll remember this,
yeah,
and
right.
you won't. It's kind of funny that way. And here, this is, I lived in Germany for years, so I have such an affection for garden gnomes. And we just got these in, so I think these are such a great gift, and I'm sure they're going to go really quickly. Love our little garden gnomes. There we go. And then, okay, we're going to go to the other side. For if you have a gardener who's a little bit more extra special, we have these beautiful tools. These are I just think they are fabulous. They're so much fun. They're incredibly well made. They are a little higher on the gift-giving scale, so it's going to be someone that you really like. But look, it has a beautiful matching water can here. So you can really kind of get into the whole beauty of gardening. And then they also have gloves from this company, and I was showing you this earlier. These gloves have a little bling on them.
I mean, I can see certain people gardening with those gloves.
Isn't that, I mean, it's just, sure. I mean, why not? If you're going to garden, you may as well look good. And so these are really, really fun little gifts for the gardener in your life.
Okay. Well, now let's talk about houseplants, because I mean, there are the just good old basic ones like say a Dracaena or a philodendron that you almost have to throttle to kill.
Right, exactly.
And then there are others though that are big, small, expensive, interesting. So tell us about some of what you got here.
Well, I have mentioned a few times to people, including to you, I am an outdoor gardener who has recently become more of an indoor gardener thanks to the recent times of year. And one of the things that I really like is to have something that's easy. And I like things that are pet friendly. This is
good thinking.
It kind of comes up. I have two cats, and they're bent on making sure that my plants die. So I like to make sure that they're all safe. So the ones that I'm going to show you right now, actually, other than those Alocasias, are okay for cats. This is a black pagoda lipstick plant, and this is so pretty. You can hang it. It can take, most of the indoor plants that you're going to be having, they don't like direct sunlight. Right now we've got it on there, but it's pretty early in the morning, so it's okay, but no direct sunlight. You can put them near a window, next to a window, but no direct sunlight. They will burn and they will not be happy. But this little lipstick plant can actually take a lot of darkness. So if you have a little corner in your house that you're worried that may not get enough light, this lipstick plant is beautiful. The undersides of the leaves are just gorgeous, and it gets really cute little orange kind of lipsticky flowers. So it's really, really nice. It's very, very, I can think it's inexpensive. And then you can always drop it in a pot if you like, and then take the hooks off. But it's just
nice
gorgeous.
To have something that drapes so evenly too.
Right, and it's so big that it's instant gratification for that one. So a plant that I really love indoors or out. These are Bromeliads, and there's so many different Bromeliads. There's this beautiful Neoregelia that just lets the sunlight through it, and a lot of Bromeliads will, the central part right here will die after they flower, but this one won't. It'll have little teeny flowers inside there that are barely perceptible, but then it'll send out maybe little pups over here, and then it'll continue.
It's a really interesting pattern on the leaves.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just gorgeous, and this plant could not be easier. You just keep water inside here. So they're considered a form of an air plant. So down here, this soil is not as important, keeping wet, as it is keeping the water inside here. So that's really easy for a lot of people. And these are Anthuriums. So
that to me seems like, oh, that's going to be a really hard one.
they're not. It's crazy. And look at, this is very seasonal colors here. Anthuriums, I've learned the very, very easy way is that they just keep blooming. As long as you keep them evenly moist, in a nice light place, they're surprisingly easy to keep indoors or even outdoors on your patio if you like. But they are very, very hardy and just a gorgeous plant. We have some beautiful dark-leafed, dark-flowered anthuriums as well, and so they're a really, really nice way to add a little tropical element with a little color.
Yeah, just some color.
Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. I love them, and they're really hard to kill.
Of color, this has got colorful little leaves on it.
Okay, so these are all peperomias. This one, this red one, this silver one, and this green one. All peperomias, all really easy to grow. Again, not a lot of direct sunlight, and just keep that soil kind of evenly moist. They can dry out in between.
But look what a cute pot.
Yes, and then you can just stick it in a pot, and what a great gift, right?
Yeah.
This pot is amazing. We carry a lot from this artist here at Rogers Gardens, and so you buy the plant like this. It's $7, and then you get a really nice collectible pot, and there you go.
Wow.
It's gorgeous. These, this other peperomia, which I think is really neat, just the way it grows.
It's so open.
I know, isn't it? It's kind of funny, and it gives you a lot of bang for your buck. And then you can get one of these pots. This is so popular right now, these little stands that you put the pots on because it raises them, gives them a little elevation. And then little, these wooden beads are very, very popular right now to just throw anywhere in your house. And so you can just put it in your pot and just have it sticking out.
I don't think I would have thought of that myself, all
right? It just makes it kind of nice. This, of course, if you are any age, I hope you know the spider plant. The spider plant is the easiest plant to grow. It's also pet safe, as are the peperomias, by the way. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger and get those hanging babies down. It could not be easier to grow. Just put it in a pot and you'll eventually expand it. It's so pretty, and if you have a darker corner, this is going to lighten it up really nicely.
What's the hotel up in San Francisco that has the big atrium? But I remember when they first opened it back in the 80s, they had these huge spider plants all just cascading down.
Is that the Hyatt down there off Market? I think so.
And then when I went back, 10 years later, they were all artificial. It's like, oh, that's not the same at all.
And speaking of artificial plants, I'm sorry, but I just had to bring these.
I didn't know that was artificial.
Good, because don't knock yourself out to try and have green in your home, because if you're anything like me, sometimes it's just really nice to have a really cool pot. This is one of our biggest sellers. This is just so beautiful, and of course you can plant it up if you like, but you can also get some beautiful silk plants and throw them in there and never have to worry about watering.
That fooled me.
So
I didn't touch it, but looking at it.
But it's kind of nice. There's some beautiful, beautiful silk plants, and sometimes that just makes things easier. There are a lot of people here in Newport who may not live here year round, and so if you want to have, you want to walk into your house and have it be beautiful and green, go silk.
That's a great gift idea for someone who's, as you say, it's a second home.
Right.
Oh.
Tons and tons of people are like that, and they'll say, what will last while I'm gone 3 months? And I say, this will. So this, by the way, speaking of things for when you're gone, so this is a glass plant waterer. And although you probably wouldn't use it on a plant this small, so when you have something like a big fiddly fig or something, you'll fill it up here, you'll put it in there, and it will slowly water it, and it's the best way to not overwater your plants. And it's really cute too. It's really very pretty. So we have that. This little plant, it doesn't look like much, but I can verify from experience. This is a Ludicea. So this is called a jewel orchid, and I have these.
An orchid?
Yeah, it's a little. Well, it's orchid. I mean, there's so many different kinds, but this plant you can put it around other things, and it will just kind of grow and spread, and it gets little white flowers. But it's gorgeous. Look at those.
Yeah,
leaves.
they're really pretty leaves.
Almost metallic. So really easy orchid to have. So if somebody likes orchids, you can do that. And then over here, okay, we have our beautiful Alocasias. So Alocasias are an elephant ear kind of thing. And this is really hot, Alocasias right now. Since the pandemic has started, so many people have become indoor gardeners and they love their babies. And so, you know, we have a lot of unique Alocasias, and this is a really cute pot as well. A lot of people are looking for these kind of faux bois pots, and this is really nice. And as I said, you can also just put it like that and set something on top. But this one is Alocasia. Which one are you? Amazonica. So this one, really pretty, very, very popular with a lot of the plant people with these gorgeous white ribs here. Yeah, and then we have, I'm gonna start with this one. This is Alocasia Dragon's Tooth. These are gonna be for your plant friends who have everything and they want something really special, because these are a little bit more rare. We have Dragon's Tooth, which has these beautiful little lines similar to this, but a little bit, you know, more special. This one is Black Velvet. You can feel it is really nice and velvety. This one is, this one is actually the least expensive. Then this one, and then of course,
then we have this one. This is for your really, really special friend.
This is for your very special friend who you want big plant points with to say, look what I found. This is Alocasia Dragon Scale. I don't know if you can see it. It has the most elegant, it looks almost like a tortoise shell or something.
Like we think of as a dragon skin.
It is beautiful, and I'm going to tell you, this one is $100. So we haven't talked a lot about price, but this one is
special friends.
If you want to be that special person who makes your plant friends smile.
How are they going to know that it costs $100? You always want them to know.
Oh, they'll know.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then, so for plant people, we just got this in. So this is really, really neat. A lot of people who grow aroids, which are more of an air plant, and some indoor plants that really need good drainage. We have this really cool planting mix, potting mix for pots. It's specifically for houseplants and aroids. It's locally made, which I think is really neat, because a lot of people like to buy local, so this is good. And what you're going to do is fill your pot, put your your plant like this, take it out of here, and then fill the rest of the pot with the this mix. And so it's all redwood, so there's no soil in this, and it's going to really help with drainage and help your plants not sit in that soggy
Which is always a problem with houseplants.
It is. It's a huge problem, so this can help, and it's really, really nice. It's beautifully packaged, so there you go.
As far as you say, houseplants aren't your specialty, but major ailments, the only one I can think of really, aside from, as you say, overwatering perhaps, is mealybugs.
Mealybugs, spider mites, things like that.
And do you miss them?
No, that's actually, well, you can, but you have to wipe it off.
Okay.
One of the things, I do know about taking care of plants, but a lot of people don't realize that plants like this, when you're watering them, there's a lot of dust in here in our house. So you're dusting the rest of your house, your plants need to be dusted as well. That's how mites set up shop. Mealybugs and things like that. In the dust, in there. So when you're watering, you want to make sure not to get water on your plant, which will set up a bad environment for them. And you want to make sure, to just water down here in the soil.
Okay.
So, and take those weeds out. So really, really important not to just let a lot of dust hang up here. So you can take them into the shower, rinse them off, and let them dry out well. Occasionally, not all the time, but it's dust buildup and things like that that are really going to create an environment for pests.
Okay, so that's to eliminate them. If you have them, I've used alcohol.
Alcohol, you want to use it very, very sparingly. Okay. So dilute it with water if you can. We do have a new spray, and I'm so sorry, I forget the name of it, but it's a really neat, it's kind of a leaf shine, but it's also a pesticide for indoor plants, and you just spray it on there, and then you want to wipe it off. Alcohol has a tendency, much like with us, to dry. So if your plant has waxes or oils on it, it might dry it out a little bit. So it's better to use a light oil spray on plants to create that nice environment where it's a little barrier.
Okay. All right, so we've got some great choices here. I'm particularly intrigued with the Anthurium because I always just thought that was so exotic and difficult. And
I know, and they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, they are.
I've had a couple of these in outdoor plants, and I'm shocked that every time I go by, no matter how much I neglect them, they look great, and they're always blooming.
That's what we like to hear. We've done the houseplant thing. All right, it's December, and on our outdoor gardens, what are some of the things we should be doing to get ready?
Oh my gosh, getting ready for spring. So I would say mulch, put some worm castings down, amend that soil if you need to. If you have plants that need pruning, trees or fruit trees or anything like that, now is the time. And yeah, amend your soil. So put some compost on there, or if you want, just put that mulch on there to help keep the moisture in, because of course we might be water rationed soon.
Yeah.
So the more mulch you have on your soil, the more it'll hold that water in. You'll have to water less often.
What about things like manure? I mean, it used to be, I remember my father would every year would put in a sack of manure or something.
Most soil has some form of manure, whether it's bat guano or cow manure. I'm going to say most of your neighbors won't like you if you use cow manure. You might even not like yourself if using cow manure, so you want to have something that's been cured already, so that a lot of the smell has gone. So the Malibu compost actually smells pretty good. You can tell some of the soil amendments that have more manure, you can tell when someone has used it. And so I say be kind to your neighbors, use something a little bit less
But this
fragrant.
is the time of year to really get that soil working.
Yeah, because in spring you're going to come in here and you're going to see all these plants that you want to plant and make sure that your soil is super healthy.
Okay, so amend the soil, prune the trees.
Prune, definitely.
And anything else that we should be?
Not really. It's funny. December is a nice month to take it easy. It's lucky that we have so many things going on around us, but then January you're going to start pruning your roses, and that's when it really starts up again.
Okay. Well, good. Well, thank you once again for all this
thank you,
information.
Nancy. This is always so fun.
I end up having to go, well, I have to have that.
I want to know, what is it that you have to have this time?
Well, yeah, I really think that I'm going to have
Anthuriums?
to come back one of these days and get some Anthuriums.
Wonderful.
Some space
okay.
Good. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Well, that's our show. I hope you got some great ideas for the holidays. I certainly did. And until next time, let's all work on making our village green.